Great lead for Shadow Blossom. The opponent safe switches into Sableye, and if Sableye don't know about the Dazzling Gleam coverage, they're about to find out. Welcome back to the home of Shadow Pokemon. Today, we have my good friend Ty back at it. These battles were submitted to me last time Great League was around, so this isn't just Catch Cup. You're going to see absolutely all the basic bitch Metamon. Trevenant, Registeel, you name it, you're going to see it. And Ty is going to put them to the sword. We've got a core of Shadow Blossom, Shadow Sudowoodu, pretty good at covering each other's weaknesses. And we've got the channel mascot, Drapion. Without any further ado, let's get into the battles. And in game one, we lead Blossom into their Bear Trap. Not the worst lead in the world. Leaf Blade, one of the best moves in the game, is 2.0 DPE. The mud shots are resisted. However, you can see our huge lack of bulk. Ty banks a boatload energy, switches out into Sudowoodu. He shields up what could be an Earthquake and the opponent full sends. Then I'll pivot out into Trevenant. Our counters are double resisted. This should be a good matchup for the pesky tree. But Sudowoodu hits like a truck. The opponent shields up the rock slide. They then throw on a charge move priority. Ty just going to allow Sudowoodu to go down. Seed Bomb vanquishes us back to our Pokeball. However, we've got a great response to this tree and Drapion. Drapion does resist absolutely everything, but my god, Shadow Ball did do a lot. Ty over farms, throws one before the Seed Bomb. Perfect timing as Drapion would be losing that charge move priority event. Down goes Trevenant. If the opponent sends back out Galarian Stunfisk, we're only one away from a crunch. The opponent chooses to show their third, which is the fly-in toilet. Drapion lands the crunch. We then wham bam combo play into Blossom, fire off the Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade draws the final shield. The opponent then makes a great catch, catching the Leaf Blade on Galarian Stunfisk, but Leaf Blade nearly enough to knock out. We Bullet Seed farm down. Back out comes Pelipper, that looks like a toilet. And Blossom survives the wing attacks and makes one more Leaf Blade. And it's Triple Shadows 1, basic bitch meta nil. Moving on to the next one. We lead our Dancing Flower hulaing away into this giant tin can known as Registeel. A pretty dreadful matchup. Leaf Blade is more energy efficient, so Ty fires off the Leaf Blade Focus Blast. Gonna do a lot. But the opponent, like an absolute noob, fire off the Zap Cannon. Ty now aggressively pivots out into Sudowoodu, counter tearing the opponent apart. Again, they answer with Trevenant. We're going straight for the Rock Slide. Rock Slide draws a shield. The opponent is going to need to throw. They get far too greedy. Sudowoodu fires off the next Rock Slide. This is only neutral, but does huge damage. Unfortunately for us, the counters are double resisted. So despite a sneak in, that counter isn't going to knock out. Ty recognises that, allows Sudowoodu to go down. It now looks like it's going to be all down to Drapion to close out this game. We come into Drapion, look for the aggressive Poison Sting farm down. We're going to tank the Seed Bomb. That doesn't do a lot. Drapion does get the farm down back out. Comes Registeel, and it's going to be met with a crunch. Crunch isn't going to knock out, but is going to get Registeel low. The opponent commits that final shield on the CMP Ty. Ty instantly shields up his Drapion. Zap Cannon gets the debuff. RNG can be a real bitch at times. The opponent then makes a catch, catching the crunch. I'm not sure what honors. I can still see the lock-on animation. They catch on Altaria. However, Drapion undeters, goes for crunch. Number 2, as with debuff, this isn't going to knock out, but is going to get Altaria low. We now benefit from RNG, getting the defense shot. We don't make the crunch. The opponent farms down. However, this double resisted Leaf Blade might knock out with the debuff, and it does. Blossom now looking to close. Ty gonna be committing that final shield. Come on, don't debuff us, Registeel. The opponent again gets the debuff. Ty going for the Dazzling Gleam. This isn't the most energy efficient route. Dazzling Gleam still almost one-shots. Ty Bullet Seeds farms down and takes another big dub. Let's go. Another Trevenant. So to be honest, do I like the idea of Catch Cup? Not really, as I think it's a waste of resources. However, it's pretty refreshing not to see Registeel, Trevenant in every battle. However, getting back into the commentary, Ty correctly shield up a Shadow Ball, pivoted out into Drapion. The opponent then gives us a huge energy lead and switch out into Noctowl. We get some lag, so I don't think that was quite hitting all the bubbles, which is really unfortunate because Ty is going to survive this Sky attack. He's now going to have to make 2 crunches to knock out this Noctowl. If we would have got an excellent 2 crunches, will pretty much knock this thing out. The opponent commits that shield. We get the debuff. Does this now mean crunch knocks out? No, Noctowl still survives. This stupid owl, so bulky. However, we come into Sudowoodu. This should only be a Sky attack. They haven't built up to the Shadow Ball. Ty tanks it. He then looks to farm down, and we get the farm down. Ty aggressively pivoting back out into Blossom to catch the Seed Bomb. Stay in school, kids. Learn to count. What a play. The opponent now sends out a Powder Snow, a Alolan Ninetales. These Powder Snows are going to tear through the squishy Blossom. Ty fires off the first Leaf Blade. He's already at Leaf Blade. Number 2, the opponent commits that final shield. They're looking for the Powder Snow farm down. This allows Ty to make one final Leaf Blade. Blossom, you absolute spammy little beast. We've already seen that Sudowoodu does huge damage with the Rock Slide. Ty over farming for no reason whatsoever. We farm up to the Earthquake, fire off the Rock Slide, and that is going to be all she wrote. Get absolutely wrecked, trainer. Moving on to the next one. A very refreshing break from all the basic bitch meta. We see an absolutely excelled Starvia, I think it's called. Whatever Staraptor's pre-evolution's called. We switch out into Drapion. The opponent no shields the crunch. And my god, this thing has absolutely no bulk. They nearly get one shot. The opponent then sends out Swampert, and Swampert is going to be met with a Shadow Crunch. Crunch goes unshielded, and we get the defense drop. Swampert fires off his energy immediately. Hydro Cannon will be taking us out. However, Blossom should be able to come in. Bullet Seed farm down. The opponent going to make one final Hydro Cannon. This is resisted and won't do too much damage. Blossom now farms down. We're spamming out into Sudowoodu. Looking for the snipe. We snipe. Ty taking huge advantage of the misaligned switch timer. The opponent's got a 2-shield Meganium in the back. Ty going straight for the Rock Slide. Mr. Opponent, what the heck are you saving them shields for? The opponent didn't respect the damage from Sudowoodu. This allows Ty to shield up the Frenzy Plant, and Meganium and that trainer can save 2 shields for next season. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next one. Big yikes. Venusaur's a huge core breaker. It beats both Blossom and Sudowoodu due to the sub-poison typing. Unlike Meganium, it is going to resist the counters. Ty did catch the Frenzy Plant on our only counter of Drapion. However, the opponent then makes a Savage catch, catching the crunch on a Azumarill. However, Ty able to make the Sludge Bomb. Even if the opponent no shields, I've got no idea how we get rid of this Venusaur. Ty gets himself shield advantage. I've seen Ty pull off some incredible victories in the past. Let's see if he manages to pull one off here. He sends back out Blossom, firing off the Leaf Blade immediately. Leaf Blade draws the final shield. Alright, we've got play. Ty gonna shield up the Ice Beam. Azumarill did get a huge bubble farm down. Again, Ty makes the Leaf Blade on a CMP. Ty does this knockout. Yes, it does. We're spamming out into Sudowoodu. Back out comes Venusaur. Venusaur is going to outpace to the Frenzy Plant. Ty shields this up. Come on, show us something in the back we can beat. The opponent again makes a catch. No! Rock Slide hitting like a truck on this purified Sableye. Ty going to be unable to counter farm all the way down. He makes the Rock Slide. Okay, we're going for the undercharge. However, the undercharge still does massive damage. The only wink on here would be to Bullet Seed, farm down this Sableye, leave with a move to chuck at that Venusaur and hope it knocks out. Ty has gone for that, but Venusaur has the Sludge Bomb locked and loaded. And despite Ty pulling off all the wizardry tricks in the book, we managed to take a loss. GG's to that opponent. Moving on to the next one. Dream Lead. I can't believe we've seen about 4 battles and this is the first Lanturn. The opponent attempts to catch the Leaf Blade on Sableye. They don't catch, but do they know about the Dazzling Gleam? The opponent shows no respect. Sableye gets sent straight in and Ty knocks it straight back out. Get wrecked, trainer. The opponent then sends back out Lanturn. They must be absolutely core broken. By Blossom, they fire off the Surf. Surf does absolutely nothing. Blossom, smelling blood, fires off the Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade draws a Protect Shield, but there's plenty more of where that comes from. Ty fires off Leaf Blade. Number 2 and Lanturn double shields. Come on, Ty, go for the sweep. Go for the sweep. Ty allows Surf to go through, and we still make the Leaf Blade regardless. Oh my gosh. The opponent has committed 2 shields, and they haven't even seen past our Blossom. The opponent's got Trevenant in the back, and they say, fuck this, I'm out of here. And that trainer got wrecked. Let's go. Moving on to the next one. Neutral lead. Blossom into Obstagoon. Dazzling Gleam would be one-shotting. However, Leaf Blade still going to do a lot. Ty lands the Leaf Blade, then makes the catch of the Night Slash on his Sudowoodu. The opponent taking double super effective. They get absolutely deleted. They then send out a Shadow Swampert. Ty looking to CMP Ty the Swampert to the Rock Slide. Rock Slide does draw a shield. The opponent didn't go for the CMP. They mudshot farm all the way down, and it is Mancargo in the back. Ty throwing at very disciplined timing. He threw 3 bullet seeds and the neutral leaf blade. That's 9 turns versus 10. He even makes leaf blade number 2, and this could force the final shield off Mancargo, which it does. We now send out Drapion. Ty, still with 2 protect shields remaining, calls the Rock Tomb. The opponent's masturbating habit is going to cost them, as Drapion now about to clean up. We fire off the Crunch. Crunch, even debuffed, still secures the knockout. 2 shield flex incoming. Ty with 2 protect shields. No shields is Drapion. We come back into Blossom despite having minimal HP. The mud shots can't knock us out, but Leaf Blade certainly does. GG's. Moving on to the next one. Blossom into Umbreon. This is like 2 polar opposites facing each other. Blossom, pretty glassy, hits like a truck. Umbreon, really bulky and doesn't hit particularly hard. However, it does look like it hits quite hard against Blossom. Ty goes straight for the Dazzling Gleam. It lands, and then Ty makes a great catch, catching the resisted foul play on his Drapion. Ty, evidently been to school, always showing immaculate knowledge of the counts. The opponent then sends out Stunfisk, which is a pretty good answer for our Drapion. We land the Crunch. The opponent is going to need to Earthquake to take us out. If they go for a Rock Slide, we might make Crunch number 2. The opponent does Rock Slide. Ty actually has a rank 1 Drapion. I believe it's a 2, 15, 14 of them IVs coming absolutely clutch. Ty looking for the snipe with Sudowoodu, but the Bear Trap hangs on. On minimal HP, we shield up the Rock Slide. Sudowoodu gets the counter farm down. We're down a shield. However, Umbreon won't be returning. Oh, apparently it will, but they're just going to get deleted. Come on, trainer. What the heck was that play? The opponent then sends out a Charm, a Alolan Ninetales. We come into Blossom, fire off the Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade should be drawing the first Protect Shield. The opponent fully charmed down, farms down. However, we've got back-to-back Rock Slides. The first one is going to be drawing the second Protect Shield, and the second one will be knocking out. We actually lose CMP on that, but we're just playing out the inevitable. We shield up the Weather Ball. Ty then throws one more counter, and the next Rock Slide, and get wrecked. A9. Evidently it wasn't a CMP the second time, but we still managed to pull off a very easy victory. What the heck? The opponent also running Shadow Sudowoodo. You love to see it. However, this is not a matchup. Sudowoodo is going to appreciate the opponent shields up the Leaf Blade. Ty then takes the extra with the opponent throwing on alignment. He shields up the Rock Slide. Ty then throws 1 Bullet Seed and the Leaf Blade for the correct fast move timing. Leaf Blade goes shielded. However, Mr. Opponent, you're going to get outpaced. Blossom manages to take both shields and win lead. The opponent now sends out Sableye. Unfortunately, we're not going to make the Dazzling Gleam, so we are going to have to settle for another Leaf Blade. Blossom running through the opponent's team. Ty now sends out Drapion. We fire off the Crunch on a CMP Ty. This could be the return. Ty correctly shields the return. Crunch is going to be knocking out Sableye. We've got a super healthy Drapion and Sudowoodo versus whatever they have in the back, and it's Metachan. This could get quite close if they're on Dynamic Punch. However, it looks like evidently they are not. Drapion tanks the Ice Punch. Ty now farming up to the back-to-back Crunches. Metachan is unshielding. This Crunch is going to do a lot. It lands. Ty then banks Crunch number 2, and he shows the opponent that we're also running Sudowoodo. Just because why not? A show of respect. The Psychic does one-shot us. Well, actually, one more counter did. Ty makes the Sludge Bomb, and Sludge Bomb is going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. Huge shout out to my good friend Ty. It's been a while, buddy, since I've featured your battles, and I'll be honest, my God, have I missed shoutcasting your stuff. Ty, as always, showing you can run fun off-meta Spice and Triple Shadows and absolutely destroy the basic bitch meta. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing if you like your battles featured on the channel. A link to my battle submission form is down below. And as always, a huge thank you to everyone for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.